daily basis. This is what I was trying to remember yesterday. Okay. Sanitation is the lowest level of infection control. It includes soap or detergent, warm water, or manual friction. So guys, when washing our hands, that's a form of sanitation. Okay? We're using our hand sanitizer, that's a form of sanitation. Okay? The next level of infection control includes the use of disinfectants such as germicides. Some other types of disinfection would be bleach or hydrogen peroxide. Transducers should be routinely disinfected, guys. T-spray is disinfectant cleaner for ultrasound and mammography. So it's just a disinfectant because we're only using this topically, right? We're only using this on the top of some skin, right? So our highest level of infection control would be sterilization. It involves the complete destruction of all microorganisms, including spores or on inanimate objects. Anytime we do an exam that goes in the body cavity, such as a transvaginal, transrectal, esophageal exam, we should always want to sterilize our transducer. Okay, so we just can't do a transvaginal and then spray it with a T-spray, and then it's going to be ready, you know, and whenever it dries up. Okay, so I was just reading, guys, with the T-spray as well. You can spray on the wire as well. Okay, you can spray it on the wire as well. Also, I know we use the Clorox wipes. Guys, that's up to the manufacturer. When you're cleaning the transducer and stuff, like, it's okay to use these on the transducer. Just don't wipe the crystals. Just don't wipe the part that comes with the face, the parts that come in contact with the skin with this, because you could dry out the crystals or cause damage to the crystals. Okay, so if you're using a Clorox wipe, you can use it to wash the probe, clean the probe, but also make sure you just don't get the top of the transducer. Use that T-spray for that. Okay. So when we're talking about sterilization, back to that, we can't use the autoclave on our transvaginal ultrasound, right? Because the autoclave is what, Myra? No. The oven, right? It's the oven, so it's too hot. We're going to damage our PGT elements, and not only that, we might damage this plastic on the transducer. So we can't use an autoclave. So we use other solutions like a high-level chemical disinfectant, like Sidex, guys. That's what we use to clean our transducers. Everybody, look on page 1222, figure 1222, page 342. The next page. Everybody see that the top image. That's how at Harris Health that's how we usually clean it. So you see those little containers right there? Those containers contain Sidex in them. We usually suspend the transducer in the Sidex for 3 minutes at a time. Sidex, you can have 3 containers just like that. All 3 may contain Sidex. 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes. Okay, and then you put it in the water for a certain amount of time. Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. How many transvaginal transducers do they have in an apartment?
Man, a lot. It may be up to like 10, 15 transducers.
I was wondering.
Plenty.
Yeah, I was wondering if when I sit for 3 minutes and you have another patient coming with another.
Oh, you have more than needed. You're gonna have more than needed. The thing about the transducers though, Pat, let me stop waving that. The thing about the transducers though, Pat, is that not only is there multiple transducers, but everybody kind of has their favorite transducer to work with. You know what I mean? So it may be a waiting time because, man, somebody may like this transducer, but that's something we all gotta check, right? We just can't let somebody go in there and put the transducer in the Sidex for 1 minute. Next thing you know, they come in and grabbing it out and wiping it off. Now, hey, Lauren, I just put that transducer in there. It hasn't been 3 minutes. Go ahead and tell that person. Go ahead and tell that person because, you know, they're spreading microorganisms. We don't want that. So the Sidex solution, we're going to teach you how to use the Sidex solution when we get to clinic, okay? So no worries about the specifics about that. That's going to be one of your main jobs because you're a student. They're always going to be like, here, go clean this probe. Of course, don't just bare hand this probe like I'm doing. You know, it's a clean probe right now. But if it's coming out of a patient, make sure you have gloves on, because they're gonna just hand it to you like this and tell you to go clean it. So the first thing we're gonna do when we have to clean this, we're gonna take it to the sink, and we have like this sponge that we wash it down with to get all the gel before we put it in the Cydex. So we kind of do a pre-clean. I forgot what the name of that the sponge is. Man, I need to get back in the clinic. But you kind of wipe it down for like 3 minutes, and then you take it to the Cydex solution, drop it in. It's a whole form that you have to fill out to let everybody know that we're using the proper medical aseptic technique to clean these transducers. And it's a worksheet you have to fill out. You guys are gonna be experts at this worksheet by the time you leave here. Okay?
This is after every use?
After every single use. Heck yeah, Lord, after every single use. You won't want to get a transvaginal done after somebody that just got it and say, I'll watch it on the next one. It's all right. I'll watch it on the next one.
So we do like virus screen for each patient or no?
For every patient?
Yeah. No?
Transvaginal for every
No, virus screen.
Yeah, you don't have to, like, we're not taking actual vital signs, no, not for everybody.
No, virus screen.
Give me an example.
I mean, if the patient has HIV or hepatitis.
Oh, virus screen.
Virus screen.
Yeah, you're gonna know that. Because you remember.
So you know.
Yeah, you're gonna know this because you're gonna check the chart. Remember I said that's
Yeah.
step 2 out
So
of our 10 steps.
patient HIV or hepatitis.
You'll know if you done your job. You'll know if you done your job. Like if you researched the patient before you brought him in. Don't be in a rush, because some people will be in a rush and bring a patient in there. Dang, and now finish the exam. Man, that patient had TB and nobody told me. I'm telling you, it's happened. You know, because you're supposed to, step 2 of our 10 steps is to make sure you do your research on your patient. In other words, you know, make sure you look at previous images. Make sure you go to Epic. Remember when I pulled up Epic to look at that patient's history? They usually have like a snapshot of that patient's history. If they're HIV positive, that's going to be one of the first things you see. It's going to be one of the first. If they have TB, that's going to be one of the first things you see. Okay? So, the bottom picture on figure 1222, that's kind of like a newer kind of tabletop unit, and it doesn't use chemicals, guys. It uses like, I forgot the name of this thing because I actually used this at Methodist. I think it uses heat. It uses heat to clean the transducer, right? And it uses heat and something else. I forget what it is exactly. I'll get that for you. But that's just a newer form of sterilization right there. Similar to an autoclave, but definitely not getting as hot as an autoclave. But that right there takes 6 minutes. The one on the bottom takes 6 or 7 minutes for the transducer to be fully clean. It's electronic. Okay? It's not manual.
Excuse me?
Yes, ma'am.
If we want to sterilize the equipment, all of them the same, or for all the patients?
Yeah, you're going to sterilize all the transvaginal, endovaginal, transrectal, esophageal probe. I'm going to sterilize the same way. Even if you have a probe, say if I had a probe that I did a translabial, right? Everybody know what a translabial is? Like, say for instance, a woman has a mass on her vagina, and you know, the labia, the lips of the vagina. Sometimes you have to do an ultrasound right there. Translabial ultrasound. I know it sounds really invasive. I can't use a transvaginal on that. I'm going to use a 12 transducer, right? Because I need that to be superficial. So after that, I can sterilize that 12 I can sterilize that same transducer, the 12 transducer, the same way. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to drop. I'm not going to suspend it all the way in, you know, because you don't want to suspend it all the way to the cord. It usually has like a little line that tells you where to stop at. This one doesn't. It's usually like a little orange line on the cord, and it's wherever you hang it at, it'll tell you kind of where to stop it at. This one doesn't have it, but it usually has like a little orange line on the cord to show you where to hang it. So yes, if you're doing like a translabial exam, then yeah, you can sterilize any other transducer the same way.
What about the patient if they have TB or HIV and the regular patients?
Well, we have like sterile gel, sterile probe covers, because this, Mr. Sip, this doesn't go straight in the patient. We put a cover over this before we do the exam. We're coming to that. Be patient with me. I'm coming to that in a second.
So what is like rubbing alcohol called?
Rubbing alcohol is
The first one?
sanitation. Sanitation. That's what this is. Ethyl alcohol right here, with some kind of gel to make it, run. That's why it's not running. But that's what this is. The main ingredient, active ingredient, ethyl alcohol, 70%.